that if you were to go up into a UFC fight, okay, or just a boxing match with a regular guy, and well, who is gonna whoop ass more? Is that woman gonna whoop ass more, or is that guy gonna whoop ass more? Like that woman is gonna get her ass beat, and that's why we need to protect our women in this country because they're vulnerable. And there's nothing wrong. There's still nothing wrong with a man being vulnerable and stuff like that. Like, guys, come on. Be more vulnerable. Talk to your women, this and that. Protect your women in all kinds of shapes, forms, and fashion, right? Like, just make sure that your woman is comfortable and that every other woman is comfortable, right? We shouldn't have to have them looking over their shoulders everywhere they go. When they walk out from work, working at a Macy's or a Sears or something, or Walmart or something, and they have the fear to look over their shoulder or have to have a friend walk them to their car, and it's on a fucking daily, man. It's on a daily. And that bullshit is just, it's crazy. It's crazy. And I'm tired. I am so sick and tired about the way the world is going today. And that is why I am saying something about it. And I am so glad that I do sit back and I evaluate all these things and I make it to where, it's able to make sense whenever I do speak about it, because you got other people, especially on TikTok, talking about fucking gas prices and the way it should be, the way they say things compared to what other people are saying. Like the real messengers out there. And then you got like people on TikTok listening more to other people. Like, get the fuck out of here. I could give two shits about TikTok. Like, I do have a TikTok, don't get me wrong. But if you look on there, like, I have political beliefs on there. I have put shit on there that are political. And that's it. That's literally it. And it has nothing to do with talking about. I mean, when you talk about something, you're supposed to make it make sense. There is a guy on there that said something about the gas prices or whatever, and he didn't even know his ass from the hole in the ground. And it's not to poke fun at this guy, but it was just it really shows about how uninvested of knowledge of what's going on. It's like, okay, so you're not going to listen to these top dogs that's been doing this professional shit for years and years, and you're going to listen to this guy that's made like 500,000 viewers compared to this other person that's been doing it for years and they've got like 4 point something million, 5 point something million viewers. Like, that's already been talking about the shit. It just blows my mind. I'm sorry. It just blows my mind. So so yeah, I mean, you guys have to understand that, when it comes down to knowledge and things like that, understand that, yes, knowledge of certain things can be an ideology or something into that aspect. I get it. But when you go and you do want to talk about specific things, excuse me, make sure, and I say this on almost every show, make sure that you talk about it in full confidence. Don't sit there and skip a few beats, because then you get off rhythm and you start talking off kilter like Joe Biden. So don't do that. Don't be a Joe Biden. So anyways, let's continue, shall we? I would love to see Sorry. I heard my phone. I thought it was an emergency. But anyways, I would really love to see the new Spider-Man movie. Yeah, I kind of went off topic there. But I kind of went on my rant, and that's okay. So I'm going to hop back on board real quick. Um, so yeah, with this whole, Putin crisis and World War III thing, if we are sitting here and, I get it. I totally get that, NATO alliance and stuff like that. We want a big build bigger, sorry, and make our alliances stronger and stuff, okay? Well, tell our alliances to build bigger. There's no need to just add on to another country. I still don't think that we should bring Ukraine into it, because it's just the history between Russia and Ukraine. Like, we shouldn't fuck with that, man. We shouldn't. Like, I understand they're good people and this and that and whatever everybody has to say. Like, they're just minding their own business. I get that. But if you put it into reality of actually knowing the history between the two, and then with the United States keep picking at that scab over and over again, and Putin gets tired of the shit, and he's like, okay, well, I'm taking over now, comrade. Fuck everybody. You're gonna get some bad feedback. You're going to. So, why is everybody really kind of in shock about it? Because not a lot of people know about the history. Not a lot of people know about the way the U.S. has been trying to make Ukraine a part of NATO. So, with that going on, everybody's in a scattered moment. Everything is just everywhere, and it's going at a rapid speed. We're at like what is it? 3 weeks, I believe, with Ukraine and Russia, right? I believe so. Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. Like, see, that's the thing. Other people don't want to be like wrong when they are throwing things out there. They're not like, oh, correct me if I'm wrong, but such and such, They just want to say things and then that's it, right? They don't want to be real with that shit. And that's what I think. That's what that's why I say these things when I'm on here, because if I have to be corrected, then correct me. I have that's what makes me a person, right? Like, there's no hard feelings in sometimes being wrong. So I really don't care. The point is that when people are out there telling it what it is and it's not even true, that bothers me, because then that's just like saying things that are that are basically out of spite, and that's not good. That just starts shit with other people. That makes things worse. So understand where I'm coming from on that part. There hasn't been a world war in so long, and there doesn't need to be another one. And then everybody's like, "Oh, Matt, war is money." No shit, Sherlock. But this type of war you don't want. You don't want this type, because this is something that the left and the right have been itching about with Russia. They have been itching about a war with them. And I don't know why. I don't even fathom about why even trying to go up against them. And I'm like, I'm like, why do you even want this? Why even stoop to that level of wanting to go against Russia? Because we know that if you try to go up against Russia, then of course Russia is going to want China to get on board with it, and then so on and such forth, and that becomes a fucking world war. So why do we need that? And they did a simulation of what it would be like if we were to go up against war with Russia, and they said billions of people died. If you look up of how many people are in the United States, I think it said there's about over 300 million or some shit like that. And it's saying billions, then that just means that we're getting other people involved into that war. And that's not a very good idea, man. That's not good at all. So, before I let off here, I want to say again to people here in America, let's do something about this before it really unravels and things really get crazy. Because they're already crazy, but we're just seeing the tip of the iceberg before it really shows the effect. And we're already hurting right now of things that are happening. So don't blame Putin. Blame our government. Blame our government, the left and the right. They're both. We were not supposed to divide the house. We were not. Everybody voted in the house, yay or nay. And if it became a nay, they would sit down and talk about it and try to convince the nays on why it should be yay. And I believe in that wholeheartedly. And when they divided it, it just didn't make any sense anymore. This is where things were getting roughed up even more. And I just, let's do something about this, America. Let's do something. Let's become an alliance with ourselves and protect ourselves. Let's give our children something that they can be proud of when we leave it for them. Let's not leave something corrupted. Let's not think of like in the moment for ourselves. That's being greedy. That's wrong. Let's do something to be more humble, to show our kids how to be more humble, and to actually have a spine to speak out and do something about it. So, I don't know, man. All I know is that as long as we do something about it, we can make things go right. We can. And it doesn't have to be in such a bad manner to where we're like drawing blood from one another. It can be different. It can actually be voices and protest and all these kinds of things. So actually show your ass in that fact. Don't show your ass with a gun or whatever. It just doesn't make any sense. Protect our women, protect our children, protect our country. I love you guys. Be good.